Hello, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Tarot CelebriTEA with your boy Ducky. Today, we are going to be reading some tarot cards for Zayn Malik and Gigi Hadid. We're going to get an update on what's going on in their lives. So this was next on my to-do list, and as always, remember to keep in mind that these videos are for entertainment purposes. Why is that? That is because we do not have Zayn Malik or Gigi Hadid here to confirm nor deny that what I am seeing in the cards is resonating with them or is not resonating with them. I'm just using my 5+ years of practicing learning how to read tarot cards and using my intuition to describe the situations that I'm seeing based off of the cards that show up. So with that being said, let's get started on Zayn Malik and Gigi Hadid's reading, shall we? All right, so let's just get a general energy of Zayn Malik and Gigi Hadid. Let's get a general vibe of Zayn Malik and Gigi Hadid's combined energy. The Queen of Coins in reverse. The Page of Wands. The Three of Coins in reverse. Okay. So immediately I'm seeing here, with the Queen of Coins and the Page of Wands here. The Queen of Coins represents, to me, it would represent Gigi Hadid, and the Page of Wands represents Zayn Malik. And the Three of Coins is kind of what's going on with them currently. So their combined energy with the Queen of Coins here showing up in reverse. The Queen of Coins is very protective and caring and nurturing. But in reverse, I'm getting the sense that Gigi Hadid is very overly protective of their child, Zayn Malik, and her child. And she is very protective over their child, as any parent should be. But the problem here that I'm kind of seeing with this overprotective energy that came in reverse is that she's kind of putting a lot of pressure on Zayn Malik, and it seems that Zayn is trying his best with Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is a younger energy that's very ambitious and stuff like that. So it seems that Zayn Malik is definitely trying his best. He has the list of to-do things, that Gigi Hadid gives him, like, all right, you want to be a better parent, you want to be a better father, this is what you got to do. So he's looking at the list, he's studying it, he's trying to implement it more, and he is implementing it more with this Page of Wands showing up right side up. It does seem that Zayn Malik is doing his best in growing, but again, like, the page is a much younger, not as mature energy as a queen. And so Gigi Hadid is, it seems like she's not really willing to work with him. There's a lack of camaraderie, there's a lack of wanting to work together here with the Three of Coins showing up in reverse. Normally the Three of Coins talks about people coming together, working well together. You can even see it here, working well. But when it comes in reverse, it seems that they still aren't working the best together. Like, there's still some kind of, like, things they need to work out in regards to co-parenting, even though they are not together anymore. Um, and it just seems that Gigi is coming from a good place because she's the Queen of Pentacles. She's over here watching out for her young. She's Mama Bear. But the thing is that she's kind of being a little bit irritable and maybe a little bit aggressive in the sense of how she's going about things. Maybe not like physically aggressive, of course, but just kind of like aggressively telling Zayn, like, hey, you need to do this, you need to do this. And it just doesn't seem like she's really acknowledging that he is trying, or acknowledging or taking into account his strengths. And she's just kind of like pointing out what he needs to do better, or like his flaws. rather than also just pointing out his strengths, what he can offer to the table. Um, because the Three of Coins is all about, everyone working well together and everyone's strengths coming into play. Everyone has different strengths and weaknesses, but when the Three of Coins comes, it it's all about, acknowledging everyone else's strengths and using their strengths as a way to help work with one another. But this comes in reverse. So there's like a lack of acknowledging someone's strengths. And I really do feel like it could be like that Zayn is definitely trying, but maybe Gigi isn't really acknowledging a lot of the good things he's doing. She's just kind of like writing down like this is what you need to do more. This you need to do more of this. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing based off of the cards that showed up. Now let's get a view on each other's um views. So what does Zayn Malik think of Gigi Hadid currently, and vice versa? What does Gigi Hadid think of Zayn Malik? All right, so let's start with Zayn's thoughts. What are Zayn's thoughts on Gigi? The Nine of Cups, the Three of Wands in reverse, and the Four of Cups in reverse. Okay, let's draw some cards representing Gigi's thoughts on Zayn. The Strength card, Knight of Wands, okay. The Four of Coins in reverse. Infinity. What is this card? 53? Yeah, all right. Invitation. Aw, yeah. So with the way that things are showed up in the beginning, it does seem there's still some things they are working out, but the beautiful thing here that I'm seeing, especially, is that like with Infinity and Invitation showing up here, Zayn knows that they're going to be interacting with one another. He's going to be interacting with Gigi for like the rest of their lives, because they got a child together. And Gigi is seeing or is trying to be a little bit more inviting and welcoming towards Zayn. So let's start with Zayn's thoughts on Gigi Hadid. With the Nine of Cups showing up here first, Zayn does see that Gigi is very emotionally pleasing. She's very good at pleasing people, like emotionally, and it doesn't have to be in a sexual sense. She just makes people feel good, and he sees this. Um, but with the Three of Wands showing up next, the Three of Wands is all about opportunities, right? He sees that she makes people feel good, but he doesn't really feel like there's a lot of opportunities with that happening in their co-parenting. He sees that she's very good and very nice and pleasing to other people, but maybe there's a lack of opportunity. There's a lack of her being as pleasing and as kind to Zayn as she is with other people. And it definitely is showing up that it's causing some kind of like depression, some kind of sadness um, showing up. It's, because he sees that Gigi is very capable of making people feel great emotionally, but there is a lack of opportunities or a lack of that happening between Zayn and Gigi's co-parenting partnership. Um, and so with this Four of Cups in reverse, the Four of Cups can talk about boredom, but then when it comes in reverse, it could talk about like depression, being so like down that it starts manifesting into depression, and then you start doing all these other things. So it does seem that like Zayn knows he has to do more in order to try and gain Gigi's trust in order for her to be a little bit more emotionally kind and sympathetic to him. Um, and he is trying, but the also the good thing here is that he knows and Gigi knows that the two of them are infinitely going to be communicating with one another and whatnot, and that's just because the reality of it is they want to both be great parents to their child, regardless if they are separated. They still want to do what's best for their child. um so that's what I'm seeing. Like, I do see that Zayn sees that Gigi is very kind, and he sees that within her, but like there's just like a lack of opportunities for her, or that he's seeing that she's being kind to him. Um, Now let's get some thoughts on Gigi's thoughts on Zayn. So with this strength card showing up here, Gigi sees that Zayn is really strong, strong-willed, and is she's seeing different strengths within him. She's seeing that he is trying, especially also with the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is very passionate. She sees that he is very passionate and adamant in trying to be that strong fatherly figure and strong co-parent um, for their child, which is beautiful. We love that. But with the Four of Pentacles here showing up in reverse, the Four of Coins alongside with the Strength card here is kind of giving me the sensation that Gigi believes that Zayn is a little bit stubborn in the sense of like how he wants to parent and how he does things, because the Four of Coins in reverse talks about holding on to your possessions or the things that you care about very tightly. So he's holding on to kind of like his parenting style or what he wants to do for their child. And she sees that, like, yes, he is strong, but maybe there's a little bit of stubbornness because he's not willing to let go of some things. Like maybe Gigi wants to teach their child like one certain way, or like um teach them manners in a certain way. And then Zayn is like, no, we got to teach our child how to do things this way. So there is that little bit of like a bumping heads. But also the good thing is that I'm seeing with Gigi, she sees that Zayn is very inviting. He is very welcoming. She's noticing that he is opening up a little bit more towards her thoughts and her feelings and her decisions and stuff like that. And also, like, on the flip side, Zayn notices that Gigi acknowledges that they're gonna have to work together because they're gonna be communicating with one another for the rest of their lives in some form or fashion. So that's good. There's like a mutual level of respect here. Um, there's just that, like, Gigi being mama bear, being very protective of her child, and so she's still like, Zayn still needs to like prove to me that he can be a good parent. And then on the flip side, like, Zayn is trying to be a good parent, and he is. Like, I definitely am seeing that. There's like no that there is no he's trying to be. I feel like I worded that a little bit rude. He is being a good parent, but there's just a little bit of like stubbornness, or he's just very adamant about doing things a certain way. Um, and they need to come a little bit closer together and acknowledge each other's strengths and weaknesses as parents and stuff like that. But I'm really not getting anything other than vibes based off of like co-parenting and whatnot. Like, there really aren't any romantic emotions that I'm seeing based off of the cards that are coming out here. All right, and to finish off the video, let's do some advice for both Zayn and Gigi. Because we want what's best for them. We want them to be great co-parents for their kiddo. All right, let's get some advice for Zayn Malik. Four of coins in reverse again. Yeah. Yeah, he needs to let go. He needs to ease up a little bit. Five of coins. Yeah. There's some coldness. The devil in reverse. Mm-hmm. Six of cups. Page of swords. Four of wands. DNA in reverse. I don't know if that has a reverse meaning. I'm gonna have to check the book. And icosahedron in reverse. Okay. So let me check on this book real quick before I get started on their advice. So we got DNA, card 25 in reverse for Zayn. Conscious evolution, you have experienced a loss that feels like an open wound. You have closed your heart. Yeah, makes sense with the cards that have come out. And let's see some advice for perspective. There are too many facets to the situation. Choices and possibilities overwhelm you. There's a lot of facets. Okay. So let's start with the advice for Zayn Malik. Um, the advice for Zayn Malik is to kind of ease up on things that he's very proud of or things here in the 3D. The suit of coins is all about things that are here in the material world in the 3D. The suit of or the four of coins is always talking about your possessions and holding on to your possessions. But when it comes in reverse, it means you're holding on to your possessions a lot and kind of like not wanting to let go. So the advice for him is to like learn to let go because he is coming across as a bit cold as of lately with the way that his cards are showing up. And again, this also did talk about, you know, closing off from things. And he is kind of coming across as closed off, cold, um, aloof. Um, and he needs to just let go of all that. You know, the devil in reverse is all about letting go and letting the light back in. And look at that. These little gnomes or whatever are going to the light or they see the light that's shining through. So the advice for Zayn is to really let the light back in, see other people's perspectives, acknowledge other people's perspectives, and not be so adamant and like of grasping things so tightly. Um, and the advice that I'm seeing here for Gigi Hadid is with the Six of Cups is to remember because the Six of Cups is all related to memory. Um, her advice is to remember how that she dated or she was with Zayn at one point. And so to remember like what are some of the attributes of why she liked him and to acknowledge those strengths within him and to also remember that everyone is flawed, you know. She has her strengths and weaknesses and everyone else does too. And she just needs to communicate more on what she hopes for in regards to co-parenting with Zayn, and build that strong foundation with this Four of Wands, which is all about prosperity, and as long as you have a strong foundation to work off of and build upon, um, she needs to build that strong foundation based off of communicating rather than like using her communications or her words to kind of attack and hurt people. She needs to remember that we are all flawed. We all have our own set of strengths and weaknesses, and she needs to like verbalize and acknowledge when someone is doing a great job, not just acknowledge, when someone's not doing a good job. Um, and this card talked about, there's being multiple facets, a lot of things going on in the situation. So this the situation between her and Zayn is going to be complicated. Um, there are going to be a lot of facets, but she just needs to remember to not only just like attack people for like or like communicate when people are doing things wrong or like not up to like how she was hoping for, but she also needs to communicate when people are doing things great and or when she sees that people are doing things well, and that's going to really help set a great foundation for her to build upon it. And the advice for Zayn is to kind of let go. Um, whether that's, just like letting go of previous things that Gigi has said to him in the past that have been hurtful, but to let go and really start allowing light to shine through, allowing that a different sense of perspective to come through, and to allow himself that freedom to improve and grow, rather than holding on to, maybe previous mistakes that he's made and holding on to the the judgments people have made on him based off of like what he was like in the past or what he's done in the past. And that'll really help him kind of free himself and be the better person that he's already working on becoming. It seems like with the way that the cards showed up earlier, he is already doing a lot of great things. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for allowing me to um do these videos. I really appreciate y'all so much. And remember to take care of yourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and stay hydrated and respect and love yourselves and others. I'll see y'all on the next video. Thanks. See ya. Bye.